there guys, thanks for joining me for this next game. We're going to jump straight into our casual phantom draft. Nothing on the line, just getting a bit of practicing, getting a bit of, you know, just oil the wheels, make sure our brain's functioning properly today. It took a while to get here, but the tea and the chocolate helped a little bit, as did the exercise running through the rain earlier. Nice if I could finish this guy off. Not really much point in moving that guy over. He's going to end up getting a creep off though. It's not what you want. It's not what you want. I'd rather keep this guy for an extra trick later. It would have been nice to finish this guy off before we could summon the creep, but what can you do? Interesting black splash and red splash here. Do I just try and sucker him in for Zeus? I guess we can try. Give it a go.
I'm willing to die for what I believe.
Bit of extra damage early.
Are you?
Build up the board for the Rebellion if I want to get that off next turn if we get some more creeps. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
Hope this works.
No bother. He's not going to nuke this guy down in the first 3 turns with blue. There's no way it can happen until Thunder God's Wrath or one of his other colours comes out. So by then I'll have Abaddon's ability up and I'll just borrow time and do a little back. So I'm really not fussed. I mean, I don't really understand that play, honestly. But I could say that about a lot of things, and I do honestly find that the people who play the casual draft modes seem to be... I mean, just seems to be a bit of a lower caliber, honestly, than the expert drafters. I honestly find the games in expert mode much more difficult. I think the player over here is Veno and Sorla. We start getting that damage up just to chip off Mazzie. Got a fairly good chance of not matching up against him. 33% chance he ends up facing him. So we hope we win that. we did not win that. That's, you know, that's definitely something. Well, at least we can cunning and we can astral the Mazzie if we need to. Or just cunning plan this guy over. It's fine. So I think we're going to arm the Rebellion over here. I feel like that's okay. So I think we'll just cast this. We're going to get 2 extra mana, 6 mana. We can A4 it shield something. This guy, just to kill the Tinker with the Retaliate and arm.
15 seconds remaining.
Feels okay.
Time for resting.
Doesn't feel terrible. Zeus is still going to kill that guy. Maybe it wasn't the best play. Zeus is still going to kill the guy against him. I'm going to take 2 extra chunks out of him. I can kill this Tinker off, which just kind of robs him of his options. So I'm still losing 2 creeps. This guy's going to get through, survive the round. Maybe it wasn't the best thing to do. Kill Zeus could kill this guy, but he's going to get more blue heroes next turn, so he's probably going to split these into the right and left lanes. I could even switch these back again, actually. That would make much more sense. Yeah, I'm actually much happier doing that.
Hey, over here!
This makes a lot more sense. I get to keep an extra creep alive. He could potentially zap this guy with one of his spells, like a static field to kill it. Cool. Swing this. He's got no items. He's got no health and damage items, so we're all good. Tinker's gonna die. Cool. Feel good about that. Next turn we heal. It's feeling pretty good so far, guys. This is the only annoying thing, but we can cunning plan that out of the way.
You need the place
Ain't
fortified?
no thing,
I'm on it.
chicken wing. I realise how stupid that sounds. I shouldn't have said that. Let's just switch this guy out. Whoop, 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 whoop. Battlefield with our Plague Ward armies. Yeah, boy. I think he's going to have a Prellex over here or over here. He doesn't need one here. It's going to be kind of interesting though. Blue spells, meh. We've got Astral. I don't really need to do anything. I guess we just threaten to kill a Zeus. Zeus is going to die anyway. We don't need it over here yet. It's fine. Magnus is fine beating this lane down on his own. Give him a creep maybe to help out. It may just be the lane we leave to the end, leave to the enemy. He's not really putting any effort into it though, so. Nice, that's definitely what we do here, I think. I was going to play a Satyr and sort of pressure slowly, but it seems pretty bad. You kind of want these to face nothing just to build up.
I can use
this. Get some extra cards for this lane. It's pretty good. Hey, it's pretty good. We heal Abaddon. I'm not too fussed about his initiative. Like there's no blue damage spells other than board nukes.
If you
He's
plead
good at any quest, but
adequately, perhaps I won't destroy your homeland as well.
Got no more mana, so we're all good. So he may threaten to leave this lane completely and put everybody into first and last. I'm not too fussed about that. I feel like that's okay for us at the moment. Kind of want to set the assault ladders up here maybe. I think I'm going to give that to Veno. I can give him the leather armor, I guess. I think that's better.
15
I'll
seconds
keep both
remaining.
these creeps alive. I think we threaten him for 80 in the middle.
The dance begins.
Shame. But it gets to grow, uncontested. So next turn it will kill a creep straight up, which is fine. On the off chance he spawns one there. Shame this isn't matching up against anything, it only affects the neighbours. The neighbours.
Leave
I think
nothing but
we
us and
force
trouble.
him to come back to this lane with his new heroes, because if he doesn't, then you could always try and march the machines, but still, like, I don't think that's particularly damaging at the moment with some armour on some of the creeps. And I can pop this on it next turn, I guess. This feels okay for now.
The longer I stand, the longer I can do my work.
I don't need to use that. It's very true, Veno. We want you to keep going for as long as you can. I appreciate that's how you roll, slow and steady. Come on, you know you want to come back to this lane. You know you do. You know you want to send at least one hero here to get absolutely ganged. Get absolutely murked. I'm just going to beat you up. Oh, Zeus. Zeusy boy. Oh, Zeusy boy. I guess he could potentially have Annihilation. Meh. If I've got initiative going into the round, I'll just Astral him. He has initiative so far. See if he wants to play anything. He could disarm this. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to do. It's pretty reasonable. Don't know what else he's got to consider, but I would have thought he'd do that. Hopefully he'll play something first so that I know he's still got this option, and that way if he plays something from his hand, I can quite happily play a Spotted Shield or Leather Armor before he lasers.
We will not stop until our victory is secured.
Okey-doke. Well, I've got a shield here. This will kill Barracks and also keep me alive from the laser. If he disarms me, it's still pretty reasonable, yeah. So he's saving Prellex, but still, I'm fine. So I really don't mind that. I've got initiative in the next round, so I can astral the Zeus. Hey presto, we're doing a ton of face damage to this card.
I grow strong every day.
I'm not fussed about this bouncing off of him. A little bit more annoying than Abaddon is. I was really hoping that would correct to go against there, but still, it's fine. I don't want to overcommit to this lane. Oh, actually, let's do this while we're
If I'm lucky,
somewhere
I'll
else.
survive this.
Yeah, it doesn't really make much difference, does it? But nah. Over here, I'm probably going to. What do we do here? I guess I could troll Soothsayer. He's still got the option of nuking this board, so I feel okay for doing this. He's only going to have one.
I've come to bring
annihilation
wisdom.
if he has any. So it's just trying to gauge. It's trying to make him choose the worst option to use it in, giving him two tough choices. Old strategy from chess called forking, apparently, where you give them two branches, two options to choose from that are equally bad. Okay, so he was looking to do something like that in the other lane last time. Don't mind trading the damage there. He's got no more mana. Yeah, I think we're fine. We're fine passing. I'm not too afraid of him. Having a double Prellex is kind of annoying. You're just getting 4 belly creeps a turn, essentially. But there are worse things in the world. I'm still getting my Plague Wards. Hopefully that'll kill one of his... Well, one of those 4 guys that are on low health. That's super, super harsh. Ooh boy. He has 1 item in hand. I kind of want to do it first just to stop him marching the machines in somewhere. He may just counter it, but we've forced him to use that, and I think it's more likely to be a healing item or a town portal scroll. I wasn't paying particular attention to the gold value, but if it was an item, I feel like there were other places he would have used it by now. Potentially including on this Prellex if he wanted to try and fight Magnus. So it's not bad, and I've still got my armor. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I'm surprised. This fits.
Yeah, so he had a healing item. It's nothing he can do to save Tinker. Should save Magnus.
I'm tough
Or
one
kill
now.
Prellex again. Just continually threatening him.
I need
He already had
this.
initiative in the next round. It doesn't really matter too much for us. Well, at this point, I don't feel like it's too much of a problem. He may do something nasty again, but he's not going to kill Abaddon. Pardon me. A little bit of gas there. And he's not going to. He's not threatening Abaddon. And he's not threatening Magnus, really. It's kind of annoying. There are much worse things, though. I don't need to intimidate here. I don't think I need to waste a heal yet. I could switch this guy around with somebody just to do some more face damage. Do another 3, so I've got 16. Yeah, it's not needed. I guess it does save him, but I'm going to lose this guy, so I'm okay. I'm okay here. This lane's looking pretty rough now. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's got nothing else to do though, so we cool. 3 is kind of really super annoying, actually. And killing the Veno before I could play D-Portal here is really also very annoying. And even more annoying that didn't kill one of the 4 units he's got. 2 heroes and 2 creeps that have 1 health each. Hit an extra guy. So that completely flubbed, basically. He's got 20 gold. He's got enough time to buy some items for Tinker. I guess we still threaten him with the 80 over here. He's getting such a big advantage on this side that I am pretty worried about it. But if it comes down to racing, we know we've got the assault ladders, dimensional portal, and we've also got the initiative on that lane, so I feel pretty comfortable with it. He had 20 gold, he's gone down to 2, so he's definitely bought some items to fit the Tinker. So he'll be solving that problem. So I know he's going to play something. So I have to... I think we just send him on his way, right? So he has to use different mana if he wants to cast black spells this round. I felt pretty sensible because he's going to want to play a card on Tinker, which is fine. Like that would have been okay to get me initiative in the next lane, but I don't really feel like I need it. There's nothing really I can do that necessitates it so much, and this way, like, it also potentially kills the Tinker, but it means that I get to, if he wants to cast any black spells with Tinker, and he does because he's the only black hero, he's now got to do it in a lane where he also wanted to cast other spells with Zeus. I mean, or one of his other heroes, so I felt like that was much better. He wanted to use the spare mana from that first lane, and instead of doing that, he's sort of wasting it here. We'll try and play out some extra plays from him. We can Assault Ladder, Vandal, and 3 mana. We can't do anything else. I kind of want a D-Portal, but I can't do that. So we may Hellbear and Oglodi. Stick this right on the end. And the Oglodi somewhere else, but really want to threaten that 80. It may be an overcommitment, but I feel like the other lanes are pretty hard for us to win. This guy's going to it's going to die by the time it fights this.
You're not strong enough to lead.
So we can do an extra 6 damage to the tower with Assault Ladders, 7 damage with that. I mean, it's going down this round. I guess if anything, I just play this and try and maybe it's even better in another lane. Yeah.
Tear the tower
We
down.
need to threaten another lane too, and that lane's the one without barracks in it. It feels okay. So next round we get both our blue heroes. We can put them in the other lane.
I'll make the
D-Portal,
sisterhood
get a bunch of
proud.
guys.
No one can stop the red mist.
Not stopping us. We're getting this tower. We're getting it. We're getting it.
You're
We're
going
getting
to
it
pay
this round.
dearly.
Okay. He's going to kill this off. That guy's immune. He could do an extra 2 damage there, but that's not really much. He could flip somebody. He could flip somebody to fight like. Oh no, that's not a rebel decoy. That's an assassin. Okay, cool. Is fairly unimportant, I guess. I guess it makes sense for him. We get initiative in the next lane. We've got nobody to play with, which means we get initiative here. We don't need initiative. That's fine. We'll just Thunder God's Proof.
I know how to use these.
Here's the thing, I didn't need initiative in the next lane. He may not play anything anyway, but then I also don't need initiative in the first lane. I'm going to get 2 heroes down to his 1 in the first lane next round. But it's really not that important. I have no Astral Imprisonment, so I can't stun his unit before it casts. So he's going to be able to cast regardless. And if he's got board clear or something, I'd rather he use it on just the heroes than have a D-portal and so Venom on the board when it gets wiped. Would have quite liked that just to pick somebody off, do a bit more pressure. These two
15 seconds remaining.
Abaddon self-healing machine. Do we need to threaten 80 there? Do we just go here? If his board wipe is pretty rough in both, so I think we threaten this one. No. There we go. So I can use my D portal and so then
15 seconds remaining.
Threaten both. It doesn't really matter where I go. I could foresight from this lane. Yeah, I mean it's just kind of splitting the damage up, splitting the spells up. I mean, so I've got 2 spells to play in one lane and one spell to play in the other lane. Nice. That's also pretty nice. So if I get initiative here, these 2 can kill each other. Yeah, maybe I should have threatened it. Quite a lot of mana. So I've got friendly fire and dimensional portal. That feels pretty good. He's only got March the Machines next turn. No blue spells to cast, like the War Dodge. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. I don't think we need to worry about this lane so much. So I kind of want initiative in the next lane. I feel like he's going to play that spell now. That item, sorry. So I think we'll make him worry about it.
Come, my daughter.
We'll make him worry about this lane a little bit more, even though our eye is now on 18 him in this lane.
I'll stay as long as I can.
Is he going to do anything else with his mana? Very possibly. Where's oh, it's Barracks, isn't it? I don't know what's his signature card. Here's his Barracks. It's pretty annoying early and not great late.
Mm. 15 seconds remaining.
I think he needs to respond to this. We're getting a lot of value from the Assault Adders here. He's going to have to play something with mana to deal with it. And he may not want to. He may not have an answer, but he doesn't. Interesting. Very interesting. I thought he really wants initiative in the next round, so because in one turn we get to kill him, essentially.
You brought quite the
At
haul.
the start of the next round, and I feel like that's going to
But
happen
it
before
won't be enough.
he does enough here. Okay, so friendly fire and kill these 2. Actually, those 2 would be better to freeze them up, but that's not going to kill him. Ah, you git. Take up too much of that. Yeah, we'll just kill these 2 guys.
I leave you broken.
So now we're threatening in the first 2 lanes, and I don't feel like there's enough he can do here. With red and blue in this lane, there is like a time of triumph. Yeah, he's got something. He's going to block 2 people, and it's mostly through the swarm damage that I'm going to get him. I've got the Thunderhide for sort of late game punch. Still feeling pretty confident. He's going to get 2 more creeps in this lane to do 4 damage, 37 next time. So he still doesn't look like he's got enough to punch through. Has he got anybody low enough to shoot? No. So they're kind of negligible. I don't need really either. I think Blink Dagger is the solid pick because it means I can move somebody from the middle to the left if I need to. Nice. So he wants to go to March the Machines or something like that, so I'm going to try and Astral him straight off the bat. I don't want this Tinker doing things, basically. He's obviously in the deck for a reason, sort of a sizable amount of black cards. Why would I want to let him use them? Let's just keep him down. It's a shame I can't Thunder Hide after that. But we can do other stuff, so it's okay. So he's stunned and can no longer cast spells, which I'm pretty happy about, and I think he's probably raging at. Yeah, I bet he's probably been waiting to cast some of them for a while. Foresight here. He's going to play something else with this mana. I want to see what it is before I use Venom and potentially walk into a board clear.
I feel safer already.
Now, my children will be able to
6
flourish.
damage going across the board. What have you got?
Now how does this work?
Okay. So an extra 14 seals, basically. Don't get some. I wasn't wrong. And shaking in the middle. Pretty happy about that. I'm glad he didn't have an Annihilation because that would have really put a crimp in my day. It seems like all of my boards with this deck really require me to build it up. Build up the creeps, using the Venomancer, using the Venom, Venom. The Rebellion, yeah, and the Assault Ladders. So I was quite happy with that, and it felt like we were up against a tricky deck. He had a lot of creature summons with the Barracks and the Prellexes, like the Double Prellex, my god. Yeah, very happy with how that went. Didn't really feel like there was much I did wrong. Opponent played well. It looked tricky, but at the same time, very manageable. I think the strength of his deck just let him down. He built it potentially around a theme that wasn't that kind of what's the word? A specious theme, one that looked sort of deceptively attractive. The double Barracks, the double Prellex, but unless they were sort of towards the end of his draft picks, like you don't want to try and draft double Prellex. Like, it's just not strong enough. It just isn't. Potentially in like a green-blue deck with extra armor buffs going around from Treant and Farven and things like that, or a red-blue deck where you've got the Legion Standard Bearer. Like that, I could kind of see it. I could kind of see it there. Otherwise, it just feels underwhelming. But that's just my opinion. Potentially, I'd be interested to see how he played some more games with that deck. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace and love. I'm going to jump into another game in a bit later. I hope you join me for that too. Cool. I'll see you then. Bye for now.